Welcome back to Black Clover Anime Review, episode number 27. This one, the 77th episode of the anime, Bad Blood, and the 199th chapter of the manga, The Strongest Natural Enemy. This episode adapts 3 full chapters of the manga. Yep, 3 full chapters. It adapts, well, mostly 3 full chapters. They adapt pretty much, they start from page 4 of chapter 119 and cover the rest of that chapter, plus pretty much the entirety of chapters 120, 121. What happens in this episode? Well, you have teams K and L taking on each other. One of the teams, it's Team K, was comprised of Klaus, Luck, and Powered Angel, taking on 3 people. I don't really know who these people are, except for like Rob Lacho. I think that's how you pronounce the guy's name. He's from the Crimson Dawn. No, from the Golden Dawn. Excuse me, from the Golden Dawn. And the battle itself lasts for the first 5 minutes of the episode. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the episode actually opens up with the battle itself already in progress, and Powered Angel doesn't do very much. Yeah, that's something quite weird about her. She's introduced in last week's episode, and you see her, and she just does virtually nothing. She helps a little bit in the fight, but not much, because it's mostly just Luck basically running really fast against Rob. I think it's supposed to be Rob from the Golden Dawn, and he's able to basically run really fast and smash right through him. Yeah, pretty quick battle. And then we have the next battle, which, now, this is something particularly very weird about this particular tournament. Okay. Now, excuse me, first we have Team A and Team B face off each other. Then we have Team C, Team D, Team E, Team F, Team G, Team H, Team I, Team J, Team K, Team L, and for some reason the last 2 teams are Teams O and P. Yeah, that's particularly very weird. Did the writer forget there's also M and N? What, they think it was a band name for something? Yeah, I think that maybe those teams are probably there, but they probably were eliminated off screen. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Yeah, they probably were planning on particular. I don't know why they skipped over these 2 letters for. It's particularly very weird. Do these 2 letters not? I'm sure they probably exist in the Japanese app, but it's really weird they skip over them. Now, in the case of team, I think it's Team O, right? If I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember the name, who's on whose team. Okay. On Team P, we have Yuno, Noel, and this guy from the Praying Mantis named N, who only appears in this 1 episode, because this guy never appeared prior to this, and he does appear in the manga currently. And they're taking on Solid, who is Noel's brother, though he's not. He's more like the middle brother. He's much more of a jerk than Captain Silver of the Silver Knights. I mean, my gosh, this guy's a jerk, and he's a bully, too. We've seen flashbacks of how much of a bully he is to his own sister. Like, he apparently wouldn't allow her to eat food when she was younger. She even tore up a doll of her, tore up a toy of hers, just because he called her trash, and because he blamed her. Now, from what I can tell from the way the character is written, this character still blames her for the death of their mother. Yep. A woman that he won't even talk about to her. It took a friend of their mother to tell her what the heck she was even like. Because Noelle never met her mother because her mother died after she was born. Yep. And I love basically Yuno's interaction with Noelle in this episode, because prior to this episode, these 2 have barely interacted with each other. I mean, she knows who he is. She's met him before, but they haven't interacted that much over the course of the series. And this is the first time they've actually teamed up together officially as part of a team. And of course, she's referred to Asta as Stupid Asta. And Yuno points out because her personality is that Asta's rubbed off on her. Which, okay, that's kind of true. That's kind of true for a lot of series, for main characters rub off other characters. So, from what I could tell from the way he was talking, he didn't have a really big problem with it. Nope. And of course, his twin spirit's jealous, and there's also the funny moment of Charmy chasing her. Because, well, she and Charmy are basically love rival. They're basically both in love with Yuno, and they both want him. And these are friends. These are the wind spirit hits it with her. Charmy fairy does, and then Charmy takes out a butterfly net. They chase her around. It's so funny. And then we get to now. As for the character N, apparently his magic is to create mushrooms. Okay, fine. And he apparently spreads them out really quickly. When one of the mushroom spores got on Charmy for some reason. Yeah, that was particularly very weird. As for how the heck that happened, the episode doesn't explain it. Also goes on one of the team members who gets eliminated pretty easily from this particular fight, and of course this is the one of the members of this team, aside from Solid, who is Noel's brother. There's also this guy named Albis. How do you pronounce the guy's name? His name is Alcorda Sandler. This guy is somebody who Vanchins does know about, and then it seemed like he was like a top person when people tend to talk when it comes to the Crimson Dawn, the Golden Dawn, and then for some reason I'm not really sure why he develops a humongous jealousy over Yuno's popularity. Yeah, a guy who fought so strong to get the Golden Dawn where they were, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, when Yuno joined the team, it seems like, he's like completely forgotten about him. And he first to Vanchins instead of referring to him as Captain Vanchins, he refers to him as Master. I don't know why. He, as far as I can tell, this is the first time this character has been introduced. Just like the other character from Golden Dawn, this character is somebody they mention him briefly, and then he gets defeated pretty easily by Yuno. Yuno basically just wipes the floor with him with one attack, which he just simply had his freaking. He basically launched an attack instead of another attack. Basically, he launched a freaking he threw a tornado at him and beat him. I'm like, wow, that was such a disappointment. And then we see also Noelle's battle with her brother Solid. This one was a little bit more interesting because this one had big personal stakes, and they even built up in the flashback, like I said, of Solid's hatred for his own sister. And N points out though is that big brothers are supposed to look out the younger siblings, and the way Solid taught his marks to Noelle, he was basically disgusted with him of how he treated her. So he basically called him out on this bullcrap nonsense that he basically kept saying, and Noelle beats him kind of easily with the Sea Dragon's Roar, an attack he didn't even know she even had, because he still thought that she was weak. She's like, yeah, I was weak, but not anymore. And she basically just like with Luck in the previous battle, throws the guy who's guarding the crystal right through the damn crystal. 2 battles in a row end this way. This one was a little more interesting, while in the case the other one, it's like just Luck running up really fast, and then punching the guy really hard and then knocking him right through the crystal. Yeah. And then of course, that's it for that battle. And then the episode ends very strangely with a person putting their hand on Noelle's shoulder. I don't remember who it is. Yeah, it's particularly very weird. Then we have also before I get to the actual chapter itself, the actual new chapter of the manga, I should talk about there is something really different about this episode. Yes, they gave it a new opening title, which I'm like, wow, I did not expect this to happen. Yeah, a new opening title, which has clips from the current arc, like stuff that happens, like Yuno getting his partial white crown that gets on his head. Yeah, thanks to his power. That happens in the current arc, not in the current arc. It's covered the current arc in the manga, not in the anime. And it seems like, though, with the exception of showing off the demon that shows up in the current arc, shows up a lot of stuff from the current arc, which I'm quite surprised they actually did that. I mean, seems like they're just kind of, setting up stuff that you would see in the arc that's going right now in the manga. Yeah, I was quite surprised. It's a very interesting time. It looked like they also gave a new song too, so not only new images, but also new song as well. Basically, a new title song, which, hey, that's actually quite interesting. I did not expect this to happen. No, this is probably the third. I think it's like the third opening title for the season. hmm I believe so because this one is basically, like I said, a new opening title for this episode. hmm The song is called "Just Dance." It's basically it's a Japanese singer who sings it, and it's a quite interesting song. And at least gotta give high praise for the song itself. hmm It's a pretty effective song. Yep. So very good episode. Sets up for next week, which just looks like it's going to show up the first. Now with this episode, the entirety of round one is done. Yep, round one is completely done. So there's really nothing else for this particular arc. Well, the first round, anyways. Yes, the third round itself only has like one battle. Yeah, that's something though. The fact that the third round only's got one battle. It's not up here right now. No. Yeah, it's not been, let's say, come out yet. Okay. Now, the next arc. Now the next round has only got 4 battles. Now, my guess is there probably was planning for one more battle, because well, you had 8 to start off with, and you cut down to 4, and that means maybe the third round got supposed to have 2. But my guess is that the third fight was actually interrupted. hmm Yep. So the chapter starts off with Yuno and Ashta taking on the Dark Elf. Yep, and they pretty much brawl with him for pretty much the entirety of the chapter. And then, of course, Noel's brother shows up, and of course, Noel herself shows up as well. And for some reason, Noel first, actually, I think it's probably Ashta first, with Mr. Nozel. He's like, I won't lose likes of him. And he takes in the Dark Elf, blasts right through him, captures him in net, and that's it. Yeah, really quick. It was by far, when I was reading this, I'm like, wow, it's really, really quick. It's not like a lot of stuff happens. Like, first you have Yuno and Asa basically taking him on, and then all his brother shows up completely out of nowhere, takes him on, and that apparently, I've also heard a rumor that at this chapter, that beginning next chapter can have a time skip. Yeah, I think that probably would be a bad idea. Especially since the story is not wrapped up yet. I would probably do a time skip after this arc is wrapped up. Then do a time skip. I've heard a rumor about that for a little while now that 200 will be the time skip. Or at least probably 200 will be the end of this arc. I keep hoping this arc would end. But as this chapter, this arc has officially been going on now for 67 chapters. Yep. Yeah. Though I'm going to give this chapter a 9 out of 10. It does pretty much. Well, there is stuff that happens. All that happens is this chapter is just a battle, which takes up like several splash pages, and it's over really quickly. I'm like, wow, that's it? You couldn't squeeze in any more story there? Okay, fine. Yep, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my review if I probably won't get time to do it tonight, but I will watch it, the newest episode of Fairy Tail, but expect to see a review of that and the 8th Attorney tomorrow. Okay? Put to you next review. Bye.